Hey, Stephen Junkie here in West Brookfield, Massachusetts at my modeling hideaway, and I have a confession to make. I'm a junkie. I'm a JoHan junkie. Ever since I was a kid, I loved model cars. AMT, MPC, IMC, all cool, but JoHan kits are very unusual, and since I was a kid, they stood out for the uniqueness. And as a little kid, I used to love the 64 Dodge, and here's one I built way back in the day, and it's a stalker on this side, and this is a 64 Dodge Polara kit, and on this side it's the altered wheelbase Ramchargers car right there. So I sort of did the car up with two-tone effect under the hood, even a Hemi on one side, and on the other side, the driver's side, Grandpa's 383 4-barrel. Underneath, of course, the altered wheelbase effect. Zoomies on the injected Hemi side, and of course, single exhaust or a regular exhaust system, full length on the Grandpa's side, on the driver's side. And things I love to do, and even the single headlight grille, I made that out of two JoHan 64 Dodge kits. Made my dual headlight on the factory side, and of course the AFX side on the passenger side right over there. So I love that kind of stuff. The only problem with these, though, is back in 1982 or 3 when I built this thing, there was no such thing as Fred Kitty decals or Ramcharger models today. So I'd get the Ramcharger graphics from Carcraft or Hot Rod magazine, where Ramcharger's Speed Shop had full-page ads. I would trim the ad out. That's a paper magazine, and I'd smear some testers on it and stick it on the side of the car. That passed for decals back in 1982 when I was like, I don't know, 14 years old, whatever it was. And so there, I've come a long way since then. Some would say I've gone backwards. But anyway, with that said, making decals for models and getting back to the JoHan thing, this is probably the best JoHan kit of all time. The Turbine Car, released in 1965, I believe. A really evolved model kit, just fantastic stuff. And these are fairly affordable. This one I think I paid $89 on eBay back in 2004 or 2003, something like that. But this one's been modified. Again, altered wheelbase ever since I was a kid, even now. Stretched the rear wheel forward and moved the front wheels forward, and even made the front wheels steer. And actually did get this one, the driver's side door can open. And of course, inside can see the inside, the push button torque flight transmission, and the 16 valve Hemi right here out of the MPC or AMT 70 Super B kit. This is the Doomsday Hemi right here. Dual head cam, the Doch motor. And this was the engine that was meant to take out Ford's single, so it says Cammer Killer on the front fenders of this one here. And inside the chassis and everything pretty well detailed underneath it. And just the JoHan Turbine Car in stock form or modified like this, a thing of beauty, really a great kit. And even the trunk opens up to reveal whatever you want to hide in there. And this one has, again, a function of trunk with the hinges and stuff in play. Let's open that up and get a look at it. There we go. And I like to work with colors. I painted the underside, the bracing there, which is part of the model. Very cool. Did it blue to match the roll bar inside. And of course the trunk floor is very well detailed. The battery in the right rear corner for maximized weight transfer. And again, the JoHan Turbine Car is part of the reason why I'm a JoHan junkie. And probably one of the best 125th scale model kits of all time right here. A great example of, if you have some super glue and some trim, and you can get that stuff done. But speaking of decals, this is the Turbine Car that I modified into a what-if AFX vehicle that Chrysler might have campaigned against other, Ford overhead cam stuff and whatnot. To make these decals, I got a hold of a fellow from Bedlam Graphics, and what I did is I created a little sheet of what I wanted the decals to look like, and the turbine logo on the door, Chrysler Engineering on the rear, and of course the A925 dual overhead cam. And if you make a graphic like this and send this to your artist, he can do a great job. You have to work with him, meet him halfway. And here's a little diagram of where I wanted things to be. This cost me about $80, $90 for a sheet of the big sheet. I think there were 4 different sets on the big sheet, very inexpensive. And this was Bedlam Creations in Charlottesville, Michigan, did these for me. And nicely done. So again, it makes your model the only one of its kind, and I love that. So speaking of JoHan's Turbine Car, it was part of the JoHan Trophy Series, which was kind of a play on AMT's Trophy Series, the Gold Cup, I should say, JoHan's Gold Cup Trophy Series by AMT right there. And I'm sure that John Hanley, of course, John Hanley, JoHan, looked at this and said, we'll go one better. We'll make the Trophy Series, or the Gold Cup Series, I'll get it right. And the Gold Cup means this right here. Every one of the Gold Cup Series models came with one of these things, a little tiny gold cup, and kind of nicely rendered. This came in the model, says awarded by JoHan Models right there, and kind of a cool thing. And here it is right here in original trim. This is, I think, the second edition of the JoHan Turbine Car in the flat box, and these have the exclusive frame pack right here, and they brag about it right here. And basically, while NPC, AMT, and Revell would put the parts and pieces into a clear plastic bag where the parts would rub against each other, the glass and the chrome would get scuffed. Meanwhile, JoHan had these little rigs like here, where the parts would live on little racks, right like this. Kind of cool, they're all integrated, not smashing themselves apart in transit. And kind of a cool thing, on this one here, the gold cup should be there, but it's been robbed. Everybody takes the gold cup with their little kids. Hey, grab that gold cup out of there. So this one is missing. With that said, the rest of the kit is there, all those bits and pieces. And a great model right there. Now, let's get into this. Now, I'm going to commit kind of a bit of a crime. This is a factory sealed, untouched, second release turbine car. I believe they went from the bronze to this blue right here, a little better color contrast. And this one has the original shrink wrap right from Moran Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. There it is right there. Gold cup right there. Big question, is the gold cup still here? Now, we just did a video a few minutes ago. We had a Cadillac V16 Gold Cup Series, also factory sealed. Cut it open, no gold cup. Did Mr. Hanley make off with the gold cup? Well, let's find out. Get the X-Acto blade, open this thing up real carefully, and take a peek. And I bought this on eBay. I was surprised. I think it was maybe, I don't know, 110 bucks, 125 with shipping. Okay, ready? Open that. Like Al Capone's vault once again. Geraldo Rivera. Will we find Al Capone's corpse in here? His corpse is gold. John Hanley's corpse? No, not that. That's dark. But what we will do is apparently Mr. Hanley, the employees were not happy with him because he'd split his Eldorado or his Coupe de Ville, whatever it was, on a Friday without paying the paychecks. And that might be slander, but I don't know. He's not alive to sue me. So with that said, we hear that a lot. Mr. Hanley was maybe toward the end of the ride, the employees were pissed. So they were selling the tool for scrap. So let's open this thing up and get a whiff. See if I can smell the odor of a 500 cubic inch Cadillac with a Rochester 4-barrel, cold start, rich exhaust. And yep, whiffs of Hanley's Cadillac taking off down the road. Employees yelling, "Hey, son, my paycheck, you son of a..." Anyway, here it is right here. Inside the model, all of it, here's the parts, the pack right here. Kind of weird. This one, chrome. I've never seen this. I've seen this in certain JoHan, never in a turbine car. This is chrome applique, kind of like bare metal foil before, bare metal foil. There it is in this factory sealed kit. That's as cool as Al Capone's, dentures, or whatever you want to call it, or his machine gun, whatever it is. It's there. I've not seen that, so a little bit of scholarship. Now, where is the gold cup? Is it here? I don't see it yet. Could it be... Somebody said, hey, they'll never notice that the gold cup's not there, so that piece of Mylar, adhesive back Mylar, I don't see a gold cup yet. This is the weird thing about these. The parts pack is cool because the parts sit on. No gold cup. No gold cup in this factory sealed JoHan Gold Cup kit, and I bought this because I figured the gold cup would be in there. So again, just like Geraldo Rivera, a little bit of wah. Yeah, no gold cup. So I guess maybe the blooper, the consolation prize, the booby prize is this thing right here. Go figure. So no gold cup in this kit. And here it is, unmolested otherwise. And one thing about these kits, if you ever try to build one of these things, the A-pillar on these things, they have opening doors, opening trunks, open everything. But the problem is, on these things, more often than not, the driver's side, the A-pillar is bent, and the door wants to do this, like a Mercedes Gullwing. This one here has not been screwed up. The tool must have been warped or something like that. The passenger side door does open, but if this thing ever has, like, it's kicked out, you can have a heck of a time trying to make that door open. So with that's why this one here, the door is shut. I glued it. Oh, sorry, it does work on this one here. So, but on the passenger side, that's where the problem comes up. So this one I just glued it shut. So on this one here, let's see if that is straight up. It is straight up and down. You can see right here that post is straight up and down. That's a good sign. If you see this thing that's kind of kicked out, that means you're going to have a heck of a time. Just glue that side shut. So anyway, that's the story of how Al Capone won, and Geraldo Rivera, like me, has been foiled by this foil adhesive stuff. It's chrome, but it's a booby pride. It's not a very consolation for the chrome or the gold cup that I was hoping to find inside of this kit. Luckily, I had one of these things. I bought this thing on eBay for 75 bucks alone, maybe a year ago. I don't know what I was thinking, but now I have the gold cup to go into this kit to make it complete, and John Hanley can rest and leave me alone.